Hello and welcome to Daily English Situations, the podcast that helps you navigate everyday conversations with confidence and a smile. I'm your host, Gigi.
And I'm Tom. And Gigi, we need to talk. I was at your house yesterday and I noticed something very controversial.
Oh no, what is it?
Your toilet paper. The roll was hung in the under position. The paper comes from behind the roll.
Of course, it looks neater that way.
Neater? Gigi, everyone knows the correct way is over, so the paper hangs in front. It's just civilized. We can't be friends anymore.
Okay, let's not end a friendship over this, but it's funny how a small disagreement can feel so big, right?
Exactly. And that's what we're talking about today. How to disagree politely.
That's right. Knowing how to share a different opinion without starting an argument is like a communication superpower. It helps you in friendships, at work, everywhere. So today we'll give you the phrases you need for every situation. Let's start with part 1, simple disagreements. This is for beginner learners and casual, everyday situations.
Like choosing a restaurant or a movie with friends. You want to be honest, but you also want to keep it friendly.
Here are 3 fantastic phrases you can use. The first one is simple. I'm not so sure about that. It's a soft way to say, I don't agree.
Nice and gentle. I like it.
The second one is great because it shows you're listening. It's, I see your point, but this acknowledges their idea before you share your own. For example, I see your point that Italian food is delicious, but we just had it yesterday.
That makes sense. You show respect for their opinion.
And the third phrase is, on the other hand, this is perfect for offering a different option. That movie looks good. On the other hand, this other one has amazing reviews.
Okay, I think I've got them. Let's try a little role play. It's movie night.
Let's do it. You go first.
Okay, Gigi, I found the perfect film for us to watch tonight. It's called Chronicles of the Void Star. It's a 3-hour black and white science fiction epic about the existential dread of sad androids.
Tom, I'm not so sure about that. It sounds a little heavy for a Friday night.
Heavy? It's art. It won an award for most meaningful silence at a film festival.
I see your point that it's critically acclaimed, but I was really hoping to laugh tonight. On the other hand, I saw there's a new comedy called Oops, I Married a Llama.
Oops, I married a llama? Okay, I see your point. Let's find something we both like.
See? A potential argument completely avoided. Now let's move on to part 2, more formal disagreements. Now, before we move on to our formal phrases, let's talk about something that can really help in any disagreement, finding common ground. This means finding something you both agree on before you disagree. Tom, have you ever done this? Before we move on to our formal phrases, let's talk about something that can really help in any disagreement, finding common ground. This means finding something you both agree on before you disagree. Tom, have you ever done this?
All the time. For example, in a meeting, someone might say, I think we should focus all our budget on advertising. Before I disagree, I'll find something I agree with. I might say, I agree that getting our name out there is the #1 priority. This shows we're on the same team. Then I can add my different idea like, however, I think we should also save some budget for customer service.
That's a fantastic way to put it. Finding common ground builds a bridge in the conversation. It shows you're a collaborator, not an adversary. Now let's get into our formal phrases for disagreeing. Perfect for the workplace.
Right. This is for our intermediate learners, and it's perfect for work, school, or any professional setting. The language here needs to be more careful and respectful.
Absolutely. Here's our first phrase. I understand where you're coming from. However, this is a very polite way to show you've heard their idea before presenting your own.
I understand where you're coming from. I like that. It's very empathetic.
Our second phrase is, that's a valid point, but have we considered? This is perfect for suggesting an alternative without directly saying their idea is bad. You are adding to the conversation.
Have we considered? That's great. It makes it a team effort.
Exactly. Now, for when you need to be a bit more direct, you can say, I respectfully have a different opinion. The word respectfully is key here. It's very formal and polite. And one more, which is a little softer but still clear. To be honest, I see it differently. This phrase works well when you want to share your personal perspective.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's try our professional dialogue. Let's say we're in a marketing meeting and you're my boss.
Perfect. I'll present a very creative idea. All right, team. For our new soda launch, I have a groundbreaking idea. We are going to market it exclusively through skywriting. No social media, no TV commercials, just airplanes writing our soda's name in the clouds.
Wow, skywriting. Gigi, I understand where you're coming from with wanting to make a big, memorable splash. However, I have some concerns about the reach of this campaign.
But imagine the mystique, Tom, people looking up and wondering.
That's a valid point that it would be memorable. But have we considered how we will measure success? It's hard to put a buy now link in a cloud. To be honest, I see it differently. I think a targeted digital campaign would be more effective.
I respectfully have a different opinion, but I appreciate your input. Let's look at the data for a digital campaign.
And there you have it. A potentially crazy idea is handled professionally, and nobody gets fired.
Success. Now it's time to practice. This is the interactive part of our show, so please don't be shy. Speak your answers out loud.
That's right. Exercise 1 for our beginner learners. I'm going to make a simple statement. I want you to disagree with me using one of the first 3 phrases we learned. Ready? Here's the statement. Winter is the best season. Go ahead. Say your answer now.
Great job. Did you say something like, I'm not so sure about that? Or maybe, I see your point about the snow, but I prefer summer. Fantastic. Okay, exercise 2 for our intermediate learners. Imagine we are in a work meeting. I am your boss, and I say this. To save money, we should cut our budget for employee training. Use one of our formal phrases to disagree politely. Say your response out loud.
Excellent work. A really professional answer would be something like, that's a valid point about our budget, but have we considered the long-term benefits of training? Or, I understand where you're coming from, however, I believe training is a crucial investment for our team's growth.
That was brilliant. One last quick exercise. This is a fill in the blank. I'll say a sentence and you choose the best phrase to complete it. Here it is. Your idea is interesting, but blank. I think we should try a different approach. What phrase fits well in that blank?
Did you say to be honest or respectfully? You're absolutely right. Both fit perfectly there to soften the disagreement.
You all are doing so well. Now, let's quickly review some of the key vocabulary we used today. This will really help you sound natural. First, we use the word valid. If something is valid, it means it is logical or based on reason. For example, if you say, I can't come to the meeting, I have a doctor's appointment, that is a valid reason.
Next up is the phrase to see someone's point. This simply means you understand their opinion or their idea. You can say, I see your point that this restaurant is expensive, even if you still want to eat there.
Then we have the word respectfully. This is an adverb, a word that describes an action. We use it to show politeness before we disagree, especially in a formal situation. I respectfully disagree with the conclusion in this report.
And finally, on the other hand, this is a great phrase to introduce a contrasting or opposite idea. For instance, living in the countryside is very peaceful. On the other hand, it can be a little boring sometimes.
And that brings us to the end of our episode. What a great session.
It was. So the main lesson today is that disagreeing isn't about winning an argument or starting a fight. It's about sharing different ideas to find the best solution together.
Whether you're talking about movies, marketing plans, or, yes, even toilet paper, the goal is communication, not conflict. So go out there and practice.
Thanks for tuning in to Daily English Situations.
We'll see you next time. Happy practicing.